more than you think. Buffett knows this. That's why he often says, it's better to hang out with people better than you. Not better in status, better in discipline, in kindness, in honesty, because those traits rub off. And if you're around people who normalize long-term thinking, it becomes easier to stay grounded when the world is spinning. So if you're someone who wants to build a life based on patience, purpose, and personal growth, make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to stay connected to a community that values what really matters. And tell me in the comments, who's someone in your life that helps you stay focused on the long game? Buffett's story isn't about being lucky or being born into wealth. It's about choices. Tiny, almost invisible choices, repeated over decades. That's the lesson most people miss. They think success is an event, but it's really a lifestyle, a way of being, a way of thinking that values the process more than the prize. Buffett once said, "The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken." That's true in money, but it's even more true in character. Who you become is built on what you repeat. And if you think about it, most of what we admire in others comes from their quiet commitment to values we don't see. Discipline when no one's watching. Integrity when it's inconvenient. Focus when distractions are everywhere. That's why Buffett never wanted to be flashy. He wanted to be free. And freedom for him came from restraint, from not needing the spotlight, from being okay with being misunderstood. That's something powerful, especially today when everyone's trying to be seen. Buffett teaches us that it's okay to be underestimated, as long as you know your worth. In a way, that's what long-term vision really is, a deep belief that who you are becoming is more important than what you're achieving right now. It's trusting that the seeds you're planting will eventually bloom, even if no one claps when you're planting them. That's the mindset that keeps you grounded when results are slow. And the truth is, everything meaningful takes longer than we want. Relationships, careers, confidence, none of it happens on our schedule. But it does happen if we don't give up. That's the Buffett way. Play the long game. Stay in your lane. Focus on what you can control. Don't get distracted by what everyone else is doing. Sounds simple, but it's hard, especially when the world rewards noise over depth. But the rewards for quiet persistence are far greater than the applause that fades. You build something real, something that lasts. And in the end, isn't that what we all want? People talk about Buffett's billions, but the real wealth he built was in wisdom, in the peace of knowing that he didn't sell out for speed, that he lived on his own terms in his own time. That's the kind of life worth building. And it starts not with big moves but small disciplines. The habit of thinking clearly, of living below your means, of reading every day, of asking better questions. These aren't secrets. They're just things most people don't do because they're not exciting. But they work. So if you're here because you're building something slow, something honest, something deep, know this, you're on the right track. And even if no one sees it now, keep going. Because one day, people will call you lucky for what you patiently built while they were busy chasing what was shiny. And if you're finding value here, take a second to subscribe. It's the best way to make sure these kinds of ideas keep showing up in your life. And let's talk in the comments. What's one long-term goal you're working toward right now? Buffett's entire life has been one long experiment in delayed gratification, in resisting the pull of now for the promise of later. And in doing so, he became the master of something most people never learn. Peace. Peace in uncertainty. Peace in boredom. Peace in process. That's the ultimate return on investment. Not just financial freedom, but emotional freedom. And once you taste that, you don't want the quick wins anymore. You want the deep ones. The kind that last. Stones rather than roadblocks. The idea of compounding, often discussed in finance, has a profound metaphorical meaning in personal development too. Small daily improvements, when sustained, lead to remarkable transformations over time. Are you investing in your habits consistently, or looking for a quick fix? Buffett's example encourages patience with incremental progress. Looking at Buffett's investment style, he favors companies with durable competitive advantages and strong leadership. Translating that to life, it means focusing on your strengths and surrounding yourself with people who share your values and vision. It's a call to be intentional about where you put your energy and whom you trust. Buffett's simple lifestyle also reflects a deep understanding of what truly matters. He enjoys time with family, values friendships, and maintains a balance between work and leisure. In a world obsessed with hustle, his example invites us to reconsider what balance means. Are you living your life aligned with your priorities, or caught in a cycle of endless busyness? His transparency and willingness to share knowledge openly contrast with many in the business world who guard secrets closely. Buffett believes that sharing insights and educating others creates a better market and community. This generosity of spirit is inspiring and invites us to think about how we share our own knowledge and resources. The topic of vision and foresight is crucial. Buffett's ability to see beyond short-term trends and focus on the bigger picture is a skill that can be cultivated. It requires discipline to filter out noise and focus on fundamentals. How often do you find yourself distracted by immediate concerns, losing sight of long-term goals? Buffett's patience during market downturns exemplifies emotional resilience. Instead of panic selling, he sees volatility as opportunity. This mindset translates well to life's ups and downs. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable, but your response shapes the outcome. Cultivating emotional resilience can help you stay steady amid chaos. The wisdom to avoid noise extends beyond markets to our daily lives. Media, social platforms, and societal pressures bombard us constantly. Buffett's approach encourages us to be selective about what we consume and how we respond. Are you guarding your mental space carefully, or allowing distractions to dictate your mood and choices? Warren Buffett's legacy also shows the power of mentorship. He learned from Benjamin Graham and later mentored many successful investors himself. This cycle of learning and teaching creates lasting impact. Do you have mentors in your life? Are you mentoring others? This exchange enriches growth on both sides. The story of Buffett's early years, living modestly and investing in small businesses, is a testament to starting where you are. You don't need to wait for perfect conditions to begin. Every step counts. How often do you delay action because circumstances aren't ideal? Buffett's focus on intrinsic value reminds us to look beyond surface appearances. Whether in business or personal relationships, seeking depth and authenticity leads to stronger foundations. Are your connections and commitments based on genuine understanding or superficial factors? It's interesting that Buffett often talks about the circle of competence, sticking to what you understand deeply. This principle reduces risk and increases confidence. In life, this means investing in your strengths and continuously expanding your knowledge within areas that matter most to you. How are you defining your own circle? Buffett's view on money is practical and grounded. Money is a tool, not a goal. This perspective shifts how we approach finances and life goals. When money becomes a means rather than an end, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and distractions. Taking a moment here to remind you, if you're finding these reflections valuable, subscribing is a great way to stay connected for more insights like this. And I'd love to hear your take. What resonates most with you in Buffett's approach? Drop a comment and let's get that conversation going. Buffett's humility is another trait that stands out. Despite immense wealth, he remains down-to-earth and approachable. This humility creates space for learning and connection. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how much we achieve, there's always room to grow and improve. Looking deeper at Buffett's philosophy, it becomes clear that success is a journey of constant refinement. It's about evolving with the times while holding on to core principles. This balance between adaptability and consistency is a hallmark of enduring achievement. Buffett's life also demonstrates the importance of self-awareness. Knowing your strengths, limitations, and tendencies helps make better decisions. Are you regularly reflecting on your own behavior and mindset? Self-awareness fuels personal development in profound ways. His cautious approach to debt teaches prudence. Avoiding unnecessary leverage preserves freedom and reduces stress. This principle applies beyond finances. In life, managing commitments carefully preserves your ability to navigate uncertainty. Buffett's story highlights the power of habits. Small, consistent actions accumulate into massive results. Whether it's reading daily, making thoughtful investments, or maintaining relationships, habits shape destiny. What daily habits are you cultivating now that will serve your future self? The idea of long-term vision challenges us to think beyond immediate gratification. It's about patience, discipline, and faith in the process. These qualities build resilience and open doors to opportunities that short-term thinking misses. Buffett's emphasis on continuous learning and curiosity is a powerful antidote to complacency. It invites us to stay open-minded and embrace change. How often do you seek new knowledge, challenge assumptions, or step outside your comfort zone? His life teaches us the value of focusing on what you can control, your actions, decisions, and mindset. This focus reduces anxiety and increases effectiveness. What aspects of your life are within your control, and how can you optimize them? Buffett's approach to risk encourages prudence and preparation. He assesses downside carefully and avoids gambles. This caution is a lesson in managing fear and uncertainty wisely. Are you taking calculated risks or reckless chances? At the heart of Buffett's philosophy is a deep respect for time. Time is the one resource we can never replenish. Using it wisely, whether investing, learning, or nurturing relationships, defines the quality of our lives. Pausing here, if you're enjoying this exploration, subscribing ensures you get more insights that help you think long-term, act wisely, and grow continuously. Share your reflections below. What's one habit or mindset shift you're inspired to adopt after hearing these lessons? Buffett's legacy reminds us that true wealth is holistic. It includes knowledge, relationships, integrity, and purpose. Money alone can't buy fulfillment. This broader view invites us to build lives rich in meaning, not just dollars. His life story encourages starting early but also embracing lifelong growth. It's never too late to adopt patience, humility, and long-term vision. These qualities compound over time, just